my screen, right? The paint one. You can see the screen, right? Paint one.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you see, this is called my company. My company is always runs on the OLTP system, online transaction process. So here what happened, I can use a different databases like SQL Server, like Oracle systems, I use SAP systems.
Okay.
So here at any user, at any endpoint here, so whenever the end user will do any transactions in the front end, okay, like we have the end user here. So these guys will do any front end transactions. Okay. So this record will be captured and saved in the backend database like this one.
Okay.
Now, whenever the client need a proper analysis part, if the client want to analyze his business,
Okay.
you have to take the proper decision. So client will not take a proper decision because it's OLTP system. That's why the company will try to maintain a separate data warehousing concept called OLAP systems. So here what happened, the record we stores constantly. We can store it up permanently because historical data. Here what we do, we move the record at regular time interval from this OLTP to OLAP at regular time interval, and the company will try to use some ETL transactions here. Once we got data in this OLTP, on top of this, they will do the reporting part, which is analysis part here. So it's called reporting part, or we can do analysis part.
Okay.
This is what we have. So I can, so in real time what happened, so this is acting as a database, whereas this is acting as a data warehousing concept. Okay? So this is called database and this is called data warehousing concept. Okay.
Okay.
So we can store both the records. So now in this scenario, what happened? The client need to maintain two servers. One is OLTP, one is OLAP, like database and data warehousing. So two servers need to be maintained. Again, the client to purchase the ETL tool in order to move the record from this OLTP to OLAP. Again, the client to purchase more softwares. And both of them, the record usually stores in the hard drive, which are row store format. So row store instance, so we have compulsory. So here we have the record in the row store.
Sorry.
So row store instance, suppose we have a customer like C01, he orders some plastic of 2 kgs. His name is Raj. Again, we have a customer C02. Some place of 1 kg. Again, his name is Raj.
Okay.
Again, we have customer C03. Again, he orders some metal or same plastic of 1 kg. Again, his name is Raj. Suppose in real time, and you have some 3 lakhs record, and the 3 lakhs, the name called Raj repeats for 30,000 times.
Okay.
Okay. So if Raj occupies 3 bytes, we have to store 30 into 3 bytes, which occupies around 90,000 bytes will occupy in hard drive, which occupies more space.
Okay, bytes. Okay.
Okay. So this is how major overcome this major disadvantages. We got the HANA into picture. So if I take the HANA box, if I install HANA box into a company premises, HANA box is a combination of
Raju, you will
yes,
be recording this thing, or you want me to record myself?
No, it is all recording, so don't worry. These guys will send you the recorded videos to you. Don't worry.
Okay. Please go.
Okay. Then the record will store is OLTP as well as OLAP. So the client need not to maintain 2 servers at a time. Okay. So because of we have both the servers into one maintenance, so we can reduce the maintenance cost. Again, the client need not purchase the ETL tool in order to move the record from this OLTP to OLAP. So we can't need to purchase any additional costing. And the major advantage of HANA system is the record directly hit and save in the RAM, not on the hard drive. Because of functionality, when you flush your data, it increases the speed very faster. When speed is increased, it increases the performance level. Increase is a major advantage here. So because of this functionality, not only the speed and performance, it also increases space capacity. Space in the sense, it will store in the column store format. Okay, column store like this one, like this. Suppose we have C01, C002, C003 and one column. Then we have plastic and silver. Okay, so is the plastic is repeating for multiple times. So we don't store here. Again, we can save extra space. Again,
Where does it store, Raju?
again the 1 kg is yeah, repeated value will not store, so we can save extra space. Again, in the case of name called Raj, it repeats for 3 times, no? But
Okay.
If I have a 3 lakhs record in real time, and 3 lakhs, your name called Raj repeats for 30,000 times.
Okay.
In this case, we don't store all the Rajas, we just Raj, which occurs only single bytes. So we can avoid around 89,997 bytes in it. So think of in real time how much space you can avoid.
So it has to like remind or you need to point address to it or something like that, Raju?
Yeah. That's I'll tell you what's happening. So
Okay.
C here HANA was developed with the help of C and C++ language. So you use the same correct point. So if you take C01, it occupies 4 bytes. And the same if you take 04, again it occupies 4 bytes because of a unique value. If the same name repeat for a second time, instead of storing the actual value, it stored the address of previous value. Which is
Okay. Okay. Raju, your voice is
because
breaking.
of functionality,
Yeah.
here it will here SAP HANA was introducing this pointer concept. So the
Okay.
pointer will hold the address value. Okay. So
Pointer doesn't take that much
and we
storage,
don't
Raju.
no, it will not take much.
Okay.
Pointer is just a point to the corresponding value data,
Okay.
which store the address value instead of actual value. If the actual value has 60 bytes, the
Okay.
address just name, then when a same already existing, then space. Got it?
Yeah, Raju, your guy is just getting cutted in the middle, sometimes in the middle. Yeah, now also it's like bit cutting. It's like
That's okay?
yeah, it's okay now.
Okay, yeah. So here, the major functionality actually. Now in this HANA, what happened? As I told you, the record will store some RAM, right? So whenever the
Yeah.
process of something's happened, what about data? Because it's a buffer RAM, so it will try to erase. So to
Okay.
work on the scenarios, so suppose this is my RAM, including RAM will also maintain a hard drive setup. So this is a hard drive setup, and this hard drive setup will maintain a layer called persistent layer. So this is my RAM. This is a layer called persistent layer. This is a hard drive. So whenever you do any transaction here, when you do any transaction, the record will store in the RAM. It will store like a page format. Okay. Like if my RAM was filled with 300 pages, 4,000 pages. Suppose it will fill, the record will be taken back and saved in the hard drive. So it happens everyday cases.
Okay.
if sometimes my RAM was not filled with 4,000 pages, it just filled with the 345 pages. And I lost the power at this moment. Now, as power is lost, it means that data from a RAM will also be lost. So it's a buffer. But here we have a layer called custom layer, which maintain the data backups and logs backups. So it means that copy data will be also be placed in the custom layer. So when you restart your machine after fixing the error, the RAM will also roll back this data and will get in the same position. So that no more data loss will take place. So here we have two types of logs. One is undo logs, which is uncommitted transaction. One is redo logs, which is committed transaction. So we can roll back maximum all the values. Okay, all the data is an advantage. Yeah. Here.
Okay, what's the difference between two logs, Raju?
Undo is the uncommitted transactions. Redo is the committed transactions. Like if I did a transaction between, suppose, SBI to HDFC Bank. Okay. So I transferred from SBI to HDFC of 200. So the amount was debited from the account. But suddenly I lost the power or something's happened. So it means that it doesn't reaches the target bank, but it debited from the SBI bank. So it means there's an uncommitted transactions. So that kind of transaction is stored in the undo information. The value of because 200 is deposited in the HDFC bank, the transaction is completed. It's called redo transactions.
Okay.
Like such things like same thing. If I do any sales order, purchase order, okay, I'm just creating a sales order. I'm just clicking on the save. Okay, partially it was saved, then I lost the power. And I click on save button itself, I lost the power. So it means the data was saved bufferly. When I click on the save button, it not hit committed. So that data will be also we can roll back. This is advantage.
Okay.
So as a major so because of this functionality, we don't lose any much more data. So we can easily use this HANA box very fast. It is a major advantage of using HANA, and it's a major difference between HANA and the rest databases which are using right now, like SQL, Oracle, Sybase, Hadoop, okay, those systems. Yeah.
Okay.
So any questions?
No, Raju, no.
So let's do it on the HANA. Another thing about high performance, which is analytical appliance. Okay, so it's also called an in-memory database concept because the record will store in the RAM. In this HANA, we have majorly two different components like HANA Studio, which is called a GUI, which connect the HANA server. The server will support SUSE Linux environment, which run on the top of RAM. On top of RAM. So I use HANA Studio, which is a server, which connect the HANA server client, which is a client machine, client-based machine. I connected this server to client. Once the setup is corrected, I can say that HANA system is ready. The setup is ready. The advantage.
Okay.
These are major things will be useful here. These are major advantage. So now in this HANA, what we are learning. So in this HANA, technically we have to sound on the core modeling of HANA, where we learn about a schema concept, how to create tables in database level, okay, the different types of data types, and how to create a view, normal views concepts, okay, and loading some sample data from a fact files. So this concept we learn from core modeling. Then the very important called advanced modeling. Under advanced modeling, we have a topic like attribute views, which is analytical views, and calculation views. These are all very important topics. Out of which the calculation views right now is booming a lot, so we have to use always calculation views. So we don't use attribute and analytical views no more, but we need to understand the functionality of these views. After this, we'll start the actual SQL queries because HANA will support the SQL queries most of cases, where we'll learn the topic like procedures, sequence, triggers, synonyms, functions, all are same. Okay? These are all we can learn the SQL topics.
Okay.
After this, we have the actual extraction topics. Because
Okay.
HANA recently came, right? Suppose I'm
Okay.
using SQL from the last 20 years and I have a lot of data in the SQL. I want to move that SQL data to HANA system or Oracle to HANA, Sybase to
Okay.
HANA. For such things, we have a multiple different ways of extractions. Where out
Okay.
of we can use SLTs. SLT is about SAP Landscape Transformation. BODS, Business Object Data Services. DXE, Direct Extractor Connector. SDA, Smart Access. SDA, Smart Data Integrations. These are various tools we'll use for the extraction activities. After this, we learn some reporting concept because HANA once the data is came, because here we are getting a data in the core modeling. In advanced modeling, we are doing the data as a model, like combining multiple tables, applying the joins, applying the cardinalities, doing some model. On top of model, we have to do the reporting. That's reporting we do in the BO, business object. With this, we learn some basic admin tools, such as how we can do security activities, user creations, the role creations, assigning of different type of privileges or rights, some part of backup, some part of recovery, some part of performance activities, tunings, some part of other activities we can check on the systems. So this
Okay.
is the core. The course will be cover these systems.
Okay.
With this, if you want to do any certification, you can also do certification, which is C underscore IMP. So we are doing HANA IMP. IMP we are doing. Okay. Underscore. It depends on version. So we have 28, so it's I think 19, 18 version, 19 editions. We can do certification course code, which is associated HANA consultant we are doing. The course code we are doing is SAP HANA Associate Consultant. Which you can, I can also guide you on certification grade, which we get 80 question will get, out of which 56 will be pass marks. We get three attempts. If you do the India via Atos, they charge around 45,000 for certification cost. You don't
Okay.
need, it's not any such you got a project, so certification is not necessary. But in future, if you need a certification, you can go with certification part.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just guide you on each and every way. Okay. So
Okay.
most,
By yeah, Raju, by doing certification, it's like how useful is that certification, Raju?
certification in the sense that when you are changing a job and if you need a high profile, so
Okay.
good salary package, right? For those things, certification is useful. So yes, the SAP HANA product is assigned for you. I think this is not necessary for you. So just go through it, work for 1 or 2 months, 2 years, you get complete full-fledged experience in SAP HANA. Okay, for better
Okay.
packages, you can do certification internally as well because we have to pay the amount, right? So that company will do a reimbursement. You can
Okay.
check that facility is available on your company or not. If it is available, you can go with exam, you can reimburse. Okay. Or else,
Okay.
if when you're changing the company, that time they need more focus on the SAP HANA and they'll ask any certification guy, then you can apply for certifications. That time is necessary. Or else, fine, not issue.
Okay.
Okay. So, yes, these are things we have. Okay. So, it's a basic introduction part of SAP HANA today. Because of new right? So, from tomorrow, we start the in detailing. Technically, we start with the core modeling HANA system.
Okay.
Some introduction part will so we see the architecture of SAP HANA in detailing. Also the personal layer. We have personal layer concept, right? Where how we can do a data management, logs management, those things. Then we'll start the basic introduction and we'll start the core modeling HANA practically.
Okay.
So do you
Okay.
have
Okay.
server with you? How then for practice? Because we need a server on our server.
I don't have the server for practicing, Raju.
You didn't ask these guys to provide server.
I will check with him, Nitish, to do it, but tomorrow I think.
Yeah, you can check the system. So that because the practicals, we need server. It's difficult. And if you don't do any hands-on, then right, we need a
Okay.
server. Ask them. Okay, so let us see what they do.
Okay, Raj. And
Hmm.
one other issue, Raju, is like I got a job on DBA as a DBA only.
DBM.
So yeah, okay. So if you can stress more on those similar topics, and if you can leave out any other extra thing, I don't mind them. I'm just saying that.
Okay, DBA then this SQL is necessary only. Extraction also necessary. The modeling is not necessary. The advanced modeling is not necessary. The core modeling is necessary. This admin tools all are necessary for DBA compulsory. Reporting is also not necessary. Okay.
Okay.
For developer, reporting is necessary and the advanced modeling is necessary. And for everyone, the common, this is first common for set all. This two is not necessary, but rest is common for both. But mainly if you debate, we'll discuss core modeling, SQL extraction, admin tools. With this again in detail other admin things.
Okay.
Okay. Because extraction SL, if you how we can do installation, configuration, setup, right, that we will understand. BOD setup, XDA setup. That setup we have to do because DB guys will do setup. We call the developers will do extract data.
Okay.
ठीक है, then DBA concept will do a DBA activity installation.
Is Raju? Am I the only one? Is like is one-on-one section or anybody is joining? Because I don't know exactly.
I don't know. I'll do 1:1 only. If multiple guys, what happened? They're getting some background noise and getting a lot of issues, and I can't address for all the queries. Right? It's difficult. So I the time consumption also, I'll take multiple classes and I'll take only 1:1.
So how many classes are you expecting, Raju? Is like
30 classes. 30. For entire DB, it's almost all takes 30, 35, yeah. Daily 1 hour class.
30 classes. Okay, 30. 3 hours, right? 30.
Yes, 30 yes.
Yeah, 1 hour per day, and the exact this time only is confirmed.
Yeah. I'll know so actively. So if you're free anytime, because anyways I'm working from home only, I'm totally free. You can let me know at what time you are free and we'll spend daily. Like if you need a daily 2 hour sections, we can spend morning 1 hour, evening 1 hour. Then you can finish by 2 weeks.
Okay.
Because emails you got a product, right? So you want to address the product very faster. So we'll do quick then. Morning 1 hour and evening 1 hour will spend. So that we can spend the time as well.
Okay, Raju. Okay.
So morning are you free? Morning, evening are you free?
Yeah, I'm free, Raju. What time you are willing to like?
Morning 8 to 9, evening also 8 to 9. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Morning 8 to 9 to yeah. We can view on because I want to finish as early as possible. Okay. Morning 8 to 9 and evening.
Exactly. So it will be easy for you to do more hands-ons.
Yeah.
So morning 1 hour, so you can spend more.
Okay.
Just option. So any questions again?
No, Raju. No, thank you. Just who will be sending this recording, Raju?
I inform this guys, they will send you.
Okay, Raju.
I'll inform now. And tomorrow morning also we'll just log in the same meeting ID, same Zoom meeting ID.
Okay, 8 a.m. Okay.
8 a.m. Morning 8 a.m. Okay, so we'll start the section then. So
Okay,
I'll show you practically. Meanwhile, I'll check with the server because we need a server as well. You can also inform that I need a server, so so practice well.
Okay.
They'll on the training only they'll give you server. They'll not charge additionally. Not take server as well inside only.
Okay, I'm also just asking the person from Mindbels.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Morning you can take. And if I forgot, if you missed, then you can do one thing. You just WhatsApp me. You can take my number. You can WhatsApp me. You can pick me.
Okay.
Then you start.
Do you have can you please provide your number, Raju?
Yeah, in the chat box I mentioned.
Sorry, where is it?
Chat. Okay, take my number.
In chat box.
9966